All right, y'all, we are back with another video. We are back with Miss Candace Owens. Shout out to the comment section. This is another video that y'all wanted me to do. I know I just did a video like 2 days ago where Candace was talking about slavery and stuff like that, but y'all was telling me in this video she go into like more details and talking about what she got to say that they don't teach you this in school. And it's coming from the channel The Rubin Report. So I am eager to hear this right here, man. I love Candace Owens. I love what she do. I love her work and stuff like that. And like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everyone that's been showing so much support. Everybody that's been leaving positive comments in the comment section. And I appreciate everybody that just clicked on this video for the first time. I appreciate you as well. Like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's check out what Candace Owens had to say on the Rubin Report show about slavery that they don't teach in school. Let's go.
Look back at your ancestors. Look back at your grandparents. Look back at what they did, what they lived through, the seeds that they planted so that you can afford to be in the circumstance that you are in today. If you are a Black American and you are breathing in the United States today, you are the luckiest, among the luckiest of Black people that have ever lived anywhere on the face of the planet. That is an incredible statement. All of human history, the luckiest Black people that have ever lived on the face of the human planet are the ones that are living and breathing in America today, okay? If you understand that, and you should understand it by simply saying, where would you like to live in Africa? For all that hoopla about they took us from Africa, find me a Black American that will tell you they want to move back to Africa. I will listen right now.
Or Europe. Why is it
no? I'll book the flights for them. Right? For any person that says we were stolen from our ancestors, I, Candace Owens, am pledging that I will book the flights if you renounce your U.S. citizenship for you to go live back in Africa.
Talking.
All right, so speaking of books, I don't have a copy of Blackout here
Don't.
because the galleys have not arrived yet.
They have not arrived.
The galleys are on the way. I know that a lot of what we discussed here, obviously, is what Blackout is about. But what maybe did I miss, or should we hit on, or whatever else?
You know, so Blackout for me, I really wanted to first and foremost lay out my personal story. There's been a lot of conjecture about where I came from, how I became conservative. Is she a fraudulent conservative, and all of that craziness, because people don't realize that I just was apolitical, if anything else. Like,
so to be clear, you're not some sort of secret agent.
No, remember, you really have been there through all of it.
I've been there since the beginning.
I mean, the YouTubers, like, digesting my entire life, saying like she must be a plant, like, I mean, a Soros plant. I'm like, I've never even voted. Like, I literally, prior to getting into things, I genuinely just was not politically inclined. And I just thought I had to be a Democrat and thought I had to be a liberal. And you know, looking in the retrospect, I realized how foolish that is. You know, that I didn't realize that everything that bad happened in my life was really routed to bad policies and bad politicians. But I wanted to first lay out just my personal story. You know, the subtitle of the book is How Black America Can Make Its Second Escape from the Democrat Plantations. And I do believe, I say this all the time, people get upset, that Black Americans are still enslaved today, that the left just got smarter and they realize that you can't enslave people, their bodies. You can't have Black Americans on the plantation anymore, but you can still have Black Americans doing all of the work for you and reaping no benefit. And that is a structure that we see today between Black America and the Democrat Party. We are doing all of the work, we carry them over the finish line, and we benefit not in one single way. And so I really kind of lay out that argument and talk about what slave life was really like, the breakdown of family, why it was necessary for families to be broken down, to trade, constantly be trading slaves from one plantation to the next. They could have no feelings for one another. Frederick Douglass, in his autobiography, the first couple of pages, and he starts talking about his life as a slave, he talks about the fact that when his mother died, he felt nothing. When his sisters were traded and taken, he felt nothing. He had no sense of kinship, no familial love for his own blood. That was necessary to the institution of slavery. We still have that kinship and that relationship and that community still broken down all of these years later, despite the Reconstruction era post-slavery, which we saw Black American families getting back together. We were doing something. It's all been wiped away.
At a higher rate, by the way, until about 72 or so.
Yeah, in the 1950s, Black Americans were outpacing whites in terms of economic growth. And then immediately following, you know, the 1960s and the Great Society Act, and the systemic oppression, which started via the welfare system, everything started falling apart. Reading, another topic, going back to slavery. Black Americans, it was illegal for Black Americans to learn how to read. In fact, it was so illegal that if you were a white person, you were taught and you were caught teaching your slave to read, you would be found guilty too. It was a serious sin. The reason for that is because they didn't want Black people being educated, because an educated mind can't be enslaved. Well, what's changed? Look at the illiteracy rates in Black America today. Look at Baltimore. Look at the inner cities. Look at, we're in California. California, 70% of Black boys could not pass a basic literacy exam. Nobody is talking about that. You have politicians that are standing on stage saying that all they care about is Black Americans. They're not talking about everything that is harming Black Americans today, everything that is recreating the very same plantations that we came from.
Did you catch that brilliant line that Bernie had in one of the debates, which is he's not only so pro-marijuana that he wants it to be legal, but he also wants to have black business owners owning Black marijuana shops in Black communities.
I did not catch that.
And again, I say this as someone that's pro-legalizing weed, but like, we're going to incentivize Black people to own Black marijuana shops in Black communities.
Right, and that's why I don't celebrate, by the way, why I am conservative on the marijuana front, is because when you talk about where this is happening, Chicago, I think, just passed marijuana laws. It is, to me, I know it's going to lead to more dysfunction, amongst Black America first and foremost, because that's how it always is. It's what is it about progressive policies that always leads to progressive results for the Black community first and foremost, and so I am loath to be smart enough to see the debate between alcohol and marijuana, so that I can't firmly say no to marijuana. But I have a thinking brain, and I just don't see how conservatives can make a sound argument against it at the moment.
What else has to happen for the Black community to break? I'm going to guess, although I don't have the book yet, that at the end you either make some predictions or you tell people what tools.
First thing I want to say is, man, I promise y'all, I would not mind, like, you can tell before I said this before that Candace is just so well educated. Like, I wouldn't be mad if Candace ran for president. I feel like Candace would be a good president, a great president. And the way she talk, the way she move around, the way she do things, you can tell that she would get things done. You know what I'm saying? But like, I promise you, I would not mind if Candace ever ran for president. And now, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. But she is dropping bombshells and stuff like that. And I'm hearing a lot of different stuff that she did not say in the first video that I reacted to the other day. Like, she's saying a lot of different stuff. Like she said some of the white people, they couldn't teach the Black people how to read, or they'll get in trouble because they wanted the Black people to stay, like, you know what I'm saying, like, basically dumb. Don't know how to read or write or whatever the case may be. So she is dropping a bombshell right now, talking to stuff like that. And like I said, I'm here for it, ears open, and I'm listening, man. Like I said, it's a good learning experience for me, to learn something that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it going. But like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think about it so far.
Tools they need to really break out of this.
Yeah, it's not even about making predictions, and I have my own personal predictions, but I definitely am not doing that in the book. I'm giving Black Americans a guide. I'm giving Black Americans an option, the same option that I saw before me when I started waking up, and I'm having this conversation with you. You can have the option to accept this victim narrative, right? You can have the option to say, I accept this diagnosis of cancer, even though I feel fine, walk fine, and have been living fine my entire life. I accept that it's terminal illness, and I'm going to live like I'm going to die any moment. Or you can develop a different perspective, and you can develop a victor mentality, as I say. Forget the victim mentality, develop a victor mentality. Look back at your ancestors. Look back at your grandparents. Look back at what they did, what they lived through, the seeds that they planted, so that you can afford to be in the circumstance that you are in today. If you are a Black American and you are breathing in the United States today, you are the luckiest, among the luckiest of Black people that have ever lived anywhere on the face of the planet. That is an incredible statement. All of human history, the luckiest Black people that have ever lived on the face of the human planet are the ones that are living and breathing in America today, okay? If you understand that, and you should understand it by simply saying, where would you like to live in Africa? For all that hoopla about they took us from Africa, find me a Black American that will tell you they want to move back to Africa. I will listen right now.
Or Europe. Why is it no?
I'll book the flights for them. Right?
She said, name a Black person that said they want to move back to Africa. She said, you know what? If you want to move back, I'll book it personally. I don't think it's going to be any Black people that say they want to move back to Africa or go to Africa or something like that. I don't think that's going to happen. But, man, is she making some great points, man. I'm telling you, this woman knows. She knows how to talk about like this type of stuff. And you can tell the way that Candace talks, she knows what she's talking about. Whether you some people that just try to hate on her or call her these names, just like the left and them like Democrats and stuff like that be trying to call her names, but they know that Candace is well educated. She knows what she's talking about, and especially when it comes to slavery, she did her research. She knows. So shout out to Candace, man. Like I said before, y'all, I'm gonna continue to say it. I support her. I love what she do. She does a great job, and I really, really feel like that she can. Like she really can become president one day if she ever decides to run. I believe that she will have a chance. If she ever gave it a chance, I really believe that she could win.
For any person that says we were stolen from our ancestors, I, Candace Owens, am pledging that I will book the flights if you renounce your U.S. citizenship for you to go live back in Africa.
You want to cap this at maybe at 10 people,
nope,
just in case people are punking
there's
you?
None. There's none. We did this. We did the same craziness with the Trump. I hate America. Everyone offered them money and flights. I think you might have. Don Jr. might have. Nobody took the bait, right? Because they know America is the greatest place they could possibly live.
That's right.
And
you know what? If someone takes you up on this, I'll guarantee one first-class upgrade.
That's amazing.
I will do that.
There we go, right here.
I will do that.
One first-class upgrade to go to America, but you have to renounce your citizenship to America and move to Africa. If that's really what you want to do.
If you're looking for more honest and thoughtful conversations.
This right here was a great interview by the Rubin Report. Like I said, shout out to y'all. Y'all sent me this video, wanted me to check it out. Y'all sure was letting me know that her talk about slavery on this video was a little bit different from the one that I just did the other day. So I really appreciate it, y'all. Thank you very much for that. But like I said, it was a great interview. I really enjoyed the things that Candace was saying. What Mr. Rubin was asking her and stuff like that. I love some of the points he was making. It was an all-around great interview. And like I mentioned before, I just love interviews where both parties be able to talk and no one is cutting each other off and trying to yell and scream just to get their point across. I love when it just be calm, collective, like I've always said before. You know what I'm saying? Because you can kind of hear like everything. You know what I'm saying? So I love these type of interviews. But like I said, y'all let me know what y'all thought about it down below in the comment section. I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.